I was halfway through my lunch break when my phone buzzed. A notification from Instagram. It wasn't the usual ping of a meme from a coworker or a family group message. It was a tag. From her. My wife, Mara. I smiled automatically until I opened it. And froze. There she was, sitting on another man's lap. Her ex, Evan. His arms wrapped around her waist like he owned her. Her head rested against his shoulder, a mischievous smile on her lips. The caption read, "Sometimes you miss the old days." Relieved face thought balloon. My heart slammed against my ribs. The sounds of the cafe blurred, the chatter, the clinking cutlery, the music, all vanished. I just stared at my phone at that picture, my pulse roaring in my ears. I must have read the caption 10 times before the words started to make sense. Sometimes you miss the old days. It wasn't an old post. I checked the timestamp. Posted 6 minutes ago. And she tagged me. Publicly. Almost like she wanted me to see it. When I got home that evening, Mara was curled on the couch, scrolling her phone as if nothing had happened. "Rough day?" she asked, not looking up. "You could say that," I replied, hanging my jacket by the door. My voice was steady, but my chest felt like it was filled with broken glass. She glanced at me, briefly like a stranger would. "You okay?" I stepped closer, phone in hand. "You tell me." I showed her the post. Her expression didn't flicker. "Oh, that." She laughed. "You're seriously upset about that? Mara, you're sitting on your ex's lap." "It's an old picture," she said casually, sipping her wine. "We ran into each other at the reunion last night. He joked about the past, I joked back. It's not that deep." "Not that deep." My voice cracked. "You tagged me. You wrote that caption. What did you think I'd feel seeing that?" She rolled her eyes. "God, you're always so dramatic. It was a joke, okay? You really need to stop being so jealous all the time." Jealous. That word again. She threw it around like it was a weapon, something to deflect any accountability, any emotion I dared to have. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept staring at the ceiling, hearing her words over and over. "Stop being so jealous." But I wasn't jealous. I was betrayed. And beneath the pain, something else started to form. A cold, clear determination. If she thought I was overreacting, fine. If she thought she could humiliate me publicly, fine. But she was about to learn that actions had consequences. Not loud, angry ones. Quiet, deliberate ones. The next day, while she was at work, I started writing something down. A list. Not of things to pack or reasons to leave. But of moments. Moments she'd forgotten. Moments she thought didn't matter. Moments that built the version of me she was now casually breaking apart. 1. The night she cried over her student loans. I stayed up till 3 a.m. calculating a payment plan. She said, "You make me feel safe." 2. When she got the flu and I called off work to make her soup, rub her back and watch those terrible reality shows she loved. 3. The day she said she didn't think anyone would love her for who she was, and I said, "I already do." 4. When she was late for her own sister's wedding because she couldn't pick a dress. I told her, "You could wear a paper bag and still outshine everyone." 5. Every time she said, "I love you," and I believed her. That night, I left the list on the kitchen counter, folded neatly beside her phone. When she came home, she found me sitting quietly at the table, sipping coffee. "What's this?" she asked, picking up the paper. "Read it," I said. She rolled her eyes, unfolding it with exaggerated annoyance. But as she read, her face began to change. Confusion first, then unease, then something like guilt flickering at the corners of her eyes. When she got to the bottom, she looked up. "What is this supposed to be? A guilt trip?" "It's a reminder," I said softly, "of everything I gave and everything you've taken for granted." She scoffed. "Oh, come on, Noah. You're acting like I cheated on you. Didn't you?" Her lips parted. "It was a picture." I leaned forward, my voice low and steady. "You didn't just post a picture, Mara. You posted a message. You told the world that what we have isn't enough. that you miss someone else, that you miss the old days. You made me look like a fool in front of everyone we know. Her jaw tightened. You're twisting it. Am I? Yes. Then tell me this. Did he touch you at that reunion? She hesitated. It was just a hug. How long? She stared at me, saying nothing. That's what I thought, I said quietly. You didn't miss the old days. You miss being wanted by someone new. Someone who doesn't know how selfish you've become. For a moment she didn't say anything. Then she smirked, that cold, familiar smirk she used when cornered. You know what your problem is, she said. You make everything so intense. You overthink, you overanalyze, and you suffocate people. Maybe that's why I missed the old days, because I used to feel free. Her words sliced through me. I stared at her for a long moment, then nodded slowly. You're right. Her brows lifted, surprised. You want freedom, I said, standing up. You've got it. The next morning, she woke up to find the house half empty. My clothes gone. My desk cleared. My keys left on the counter beside the list. But I'd added something new to the bottom. 6. Sometimes you miss the old days. But not enough to relive the worst parts of them. I didn't block her. I didn't text her. I didn't even respond to the dozens of messages that came later that week. Because silence, real silence, speaks louder than any argument. 2 weeks later, she showed up at my new apartment. I almost didn't open the door. But curiosity, or maybe closure, made me turn the handle. She looked different. Ill. Tired. Holding that same piece of paper, crumpled and smudged. Can we talk? She whispered. I stepped aside wordlessly. She sat on the couch, twisting the paper in her hands. I didn't think it would hurt you that much, she said. It was stupid, I know. I felt invisible lately. You've been so busy, so quiet. And when I saw Evan, it reminded me of who I used to be. Before everything felt so heavy. I listened, but the words didn't reach me the way they used to. Mara, I said finally. I wasn't quiet because I stopped caring. I was quiet because I was tired of proving I was enough. She blinked, tears welling. Can we fix this? I looked at her, really looked, and saw not the woman I'd married, but someone who'd stopped cherishing what we built. I don't think so, I said softly. Because you didn't just post a picture. You told the world I wasn't worth respecting. Her lip trembled. I didn't mean to. But you did, I interrupted. And that's the part you can't take back. When she left, she didn't say goodbye. Just lingered in the doorway for a second, clutching that list to her chest like it was the last piece of me she had left. I watched her walk down the hall, her footsteps fading until there was nothing. For the first time in weeks, the air felt light. Months passed. I rebuilt my routines. Therapy, work, a gym, small steps. Every so often, I'd get a memory notification. A photo of us smiling, her head on my shoulder. I didn't delete them. I didn't block her. Because I didn't need to erase the past to move forward. I just needed to remember the lesson she'd taught me. Love without respect isn't love at all. It's dependency wearing perfume. Last week I got a letter in the mail. No return address, just my name. Inside was my list, now laminated like she was trying to preserve it. And beneath my handwriting, in hers, a single line. Sometimes you lose the old days because you never deserved them. I stared at it for a long time, then folded it gently and slid it into a drawer. Not out of forgiveness, not out of nostalgia, but because that list wasn't hers anymore. It was mine, a reminder of how far I'd come, and of the man I refused to stop being, even when love turned its back. And if she ever posts another picture, another caption about missing the past, I hope she remembers what she lost when she tried to humiliate the one person who truly saw her. Because some memories aren't about what we miss. They're about what we'll never allow again.